morning. It is Wednesday, April 12th, day 33 on the Appalachian Trail. I'm just about ready to leave camp. We're at Jerry Cabin. I thought it was Jerry's Cabin, but everything's labeled Jerry Cabin Shelter. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. I don't seem to get away till about 9 or a little after anyway, so this is good. A beautiful day again today. Yesterday was a perfect day for hiking. Stars last night were just absolutely stunning. I went to get water late and stopped and just admired the stellar display. It was really great last night. Yesterday's hike was really hard, at least for me it was, with the rocks. You saw some pictures from that yesterday. The exposed ridge part of the trail anyway, coming down, and then it seemed like it took forever to get to the shelter after we hit the 300-mile mark. That was a landmark. I passed 300 miles yesterday, so that's a good thing. There were no bear hang cables. The bear hang cables are broken, so I had to do my own PCT hang last night next to my tarp. But I slept good. It was a great sleeping night. Gonna go another 15, a little over 15 today, probably to Hogback Ridge, Hogback something shelter. Big share of the group that I was with last night are gonna try and get there today too, so that we can get to Irwin by Friday or Saturday at the latest. Gorgeous day, and no other thoughts on my mind at the moment. I've got some questions I need to answer for some of my old colleagues at the Dan Abram Healthy Living Center. They've sent me a list of questions, and along the trail I'll take some time to begin to answer some of those as well. I may give them some answers ahead of time, but I told them I'd do them on the videos too. So with that, we are off. This is Patriarch pushing on. Have a great day. So I think while I have some downhill, nice trail, I'm trying to answer one of those questions from my friends back in Minnesota, who've also been providing some financial support for me as well. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that a lot. So the first question had to do with, what is it that you listen to? What's on your mind during the day? Well, I don't listen to any music. Well, I take that back. Often there's a song playing in my head that just pops up. It changes from time to time or for each day. But I don't put earbuds or anything like that in to listen to music on my iPhone. I listen to the sounds of nature, the birds, the wind, the insects, the sound of my footsteps falling on the trail. I listen to my thoughts, and again, I do a lot of thinking, a lot of contemplating and creating things, and pondering questions, trying to figure out how I can improve my backpacking skills, my hammocking skills, tarp setup, breakdown. How can I be more efficient in camp? So those are the things that occupy my mind. So I don't tend to listen to much, except sometimes a song will pop into your head and you just can't get it out. Listen to that. Interesting story that I can share also. 2 days ago, I was coming up a trail, and there was a water source, a nice piped water source out of a spring out of the mountain. And I just sat down to have a snack, listen to the sound of the water, nice gurgling little sound there, stream running down out of the spring. Lovely, very relaxing, very cathartic. 4 hikers came past me and had earbuds in their ears, listening to their phone or music or something. They didn't even stop or acknowledge the sound of that stream, that piped spring that was there. I just thought that was unfortunate, actually. You know, they're missing out on some things that the trail has to offer and substituting instead artificial things that they're used to, those things with which they are familiar. So I felt sorry for them in a way, that they were missing out on that aspect of the trail experience. The other thing besides listening is just smells. You know, right now I'm walking through some pine forest, and just the smell of pine in the mountains with the pine duff needles on the ground and the trail, just awesome, just awesome. Love that. You know, often there's, you know, you talk about the senses. I talk about the senses, and I'm just going to stop here for a moment. We talked about what's on your mind, what do you think about or listen to, but the smell, the sights. Often in the morning there's a little haze in the valley, so you can't see a lot for a little while. But the smell, the sight, the sound, just the touch of needles. I'll stop and take pictures, a lot of pictures with wildflowers, and I haven't got any pictures of birds, but I've seen 2 birds so far that I did not recognize. The eastern towhee, and what I found out later was the ruby-crested kingbird, which is a smaller songbird, kind of olive colored with some dark streaks in its wings. I've got to find a picture and flash that up, because I hadn't done that yet before. But so, you know, paying attention to the senses, there's an exercise that I would do sometimes as a coach, a wellness coach, which is what I did before I retired, and what I still do now, independently. It uses the 5 senses and has 2 aspects to it. It says, first of all, try and think back to a positive childhood memory that includes one of these senses. What was it that's going on, and how does this particular stimulus help you revisit that positive childhood memory? And the other part of the exercise is to think about what new experience have you had with that sense. What have you experienced new in the last 6 months, a year, perhaps? The older we get, perhaps the longer we have to think back. But it's a great exercise for out here. There's plants that I haven't seen, flowers I haven't seen, birds I haven't seen, sounds I haven't heard, people I haven't met as well, which is also part of it. A lot of fun. And you'll hear me use the expression, as long as you're green, you grow. I don't think I've explained that before. I'll do that now while I'm thinking about it. So back in my younger years, when I was in college, first couple of years in college, I played in the marching band at Kansas State University. And our director, Phil Hewitt, the director of the Pride of Wildcat Land, the KSU Marching Band, he would sometimes just shout out things to the band. We thought it was just sort of funny. One of the things that he used to say was, as long as you're green, you grow. And we just sort of thought, well, that's weird. But we'd laugh and go along with it. And I think a few years ago, I finally figured out what Mr. Hewitt meant when he said that. As long as you're green, you grow. As long as you are learning or experiencing something new in your life every day, you continue to grow. When you stop learning or stop experiencing new things and recognize them as new, you start to turn brown, start to die. So if you really want to live, stay green, keep growing. Doesn't matter how old you are. You can always continue to learn something new. And this trail is teaching me every day something new. And even when I get home, there's things that I'll do to continue learning. I enrolled in an art course a year ago. I'll have to finish that up when I get back because I can't do it now, but something new to learn. So, I guess enough on that question. For now, I'll have to see if there are any other aspects to it, but thanks for the questions, my friends back there. They have a whole list of them. I'll get to them, one or two a day anyway. Try to answer those questions. So, this is Patriarch pushing on and reminding you, as long as you're green, you grow. I love looking at these little draws, as I call them, on the trail, just where the hills kind of converge. You go down, all the flowers in it. It's beautiful.